Hey guys, so for those of you who have been participating in the ESO giveaway, congratulations because your gifts are actually on their way to meet you. So today I'm going to be doing a campaign breakdown of a Ghanaian brand, Lakopu's lookbook / campaign titled the Atelier. I'm going to be doing a breakdown with another stylist. He is a stylist and a fashion entrepreneur, blogger, PR, and he's also like a vintage men's curator and blah blah blah. So he's going to be telling us everything about vintage styling and the tips and tricks to remember. So stay tuned with me as we do a campaign breakdown, and thank you for subscribing. So yeah, the brand is an emerging fashion brand in Ghana. I came across the lookbook on Bella Naija. I love the lookbook. I like the styling. I like the idea. It was, it's catchy. It caught my attention, and I guess that was why, the brand wanted to do a lookbook that was full of activities and models and loads of people. I love the fact that it's an emerging brand, and you understand the need for having a campaign, but there are a few things that I always say it's good to find out with other stylists what you shouldn't and should stay away from as a designer or other brand consultants. It's a 16-piece collection that talks about pilots who are creative artists as well. You can see gears of pilots, you can see cabin crew uniforms, you can see general corporate wears and different things that people wear. So yeah, I'm so happy to have Bidemi here. Thank you.
Thank you
guys.
So much for having me, Sharon.
So yeah, after we do the campaign breakdown, Bidemi is going to give us tips and tricks on how to go on vintage men's styling. Okay, so let's just go straight to the point. Let's start with the collection. Have you seen the collection?
Yes, I have seen the collection.
What do you think?
Overall, I feel like it was good. One or two itches, but overall it was a good collection.
Let me see.
Yeah.
You see yourself in like some of the menswear pieces. No, you're a vintage guy.
Yeah. I feel like there was some time that the collection was going like higher, then at some point it drops. There's no synergy. Mm-hmm. That's my only issue. Like if you look at it, like all this now is very in your face, and there's this guy that's just look at the rompers. Of course, we know rompers are in season and all that stuff. Every guy wants to wear rompers. They're so nice. They're very edgy. We look at this edgy part, then the next minute you just see somebody that is wearing just a shirt.
Yes.
I feel like it's a bit like yeah.
Photography. What do you think?
Photography, I like it, but I feel like there's just a little emphasis with the faces. I don't know if the makeup artists, if they were trying to sell the makeup or sell the outfit. Yeah. If you're doing a lookbook, everything should be proportional. You don't want something overlapping the other. Yeah. That's what I'm saying here. The makeup is slightly in my face.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm seeing a lot of cheekbones. I'm seeing a lot of, even apart from even that, even the photographer. So I think it's between the makeup and the photography. The photographer like laid emphasis on the face and took us away a bit from the outfit. Do you understand? Or like if especially this lady wearing white. You see, all I can just see is her face. I'm not seeing the outfit.
Because the photography and makeup was just too
in your face. Yeah. Next, I feel like if it's a lookbook, you don't want to take out the attention from the piece that you are trying to sell.
They shot this as a campaign.
More than a lookbook. I feel like they just needed to have arranged properly. Yeah.
Maybe there was a theme, there was a story.
Even if you're moving from this location to the other location, I should be able to look at it and not tell the difference.
Always have a good...
Do you understand? Always have a good location, always have a very good foresight. It's very, very important.
Very, very important. Styling. We want to say the truth and nothing but the truth.
Nothing but
the truth. We expect that, if anyone is criticizing our work as well, to take it as, just constructive criticism and what we see right in front of us. So no hard feelings, and this is just a breakdown and how, we see it from consultants'
From our
as well.
point of view, it's definitely not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's just styling. Our point of view. Yeah, styling. I sort of like the styling. Yeah, I like the style. Yeah, they put a lot of effort into the styling. Like I said, look at it. This old short dress and the beret and all that stuff going on is very vintage, glamour. Like everything is detailed with styling.
Well, it's just mixed.
It's just mixed.
Because you can see the
do you understand?
gloves and you can
If you're going to do vintage, do vintage. If you're going to do urban, do urban. If you're going to, do you understand?
Like your collection should have a story or have a theme. You know, I just remember, what if their target market is actually to get companies that are into construction?
It could be that, but I don't think so.
Because I'm trying to understand, it's a lot.
Because there's just a lot going on.
Yeah, remember when you're doing a lookbook, you're trying to reach a target market. You want to show people what your collection is about and you want to sell. That's the most important thing. Like, you always remember. So if there's too much going on, you would, you know, people won't see the clothes anymore. They'll start seeing
different things that will catch their fancy.
The clothes have to stand out. Remember that.
I'm sorry, I'm talking from my own point of view. I do anything I'm doing because I want to make money.
Exactly.
So if you're not doing your collection to make money,
if you're not in the
then
business to make money, then
I don't know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've talked about makeup. We've talked about photography, styling. Art direction in terms of they've combined this collection, they've chosen a location that's obviously this is like a furniture store.
Yeah.
But I can see that they've added a bit of other elements like to the backgrounds and stuff. They chose like
I just feel like there's so much going on. Every time I look at a particular image, there's too much going on.
Yeah, there's actually too much.
And even if you have to use all this stuff in the background, if you're the photographer, I don't know, photographers that like take pictures for lookbook for designers and all this, put that into consideration. If you're gonna have stuff in the background, blur it out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like this one, I can tell you every single thing.
Beautiful designs on the background.
Do you understand? So it will just make me forget the outfit, and I'll just be like, I like that painting. Oh, I like that basket behind. I like that wood behind, and that's not the point of the collection.
Apart from like maybe like street style that we blog.
Do you understand when you want to do blogging? Everything is curated.
It's curated, like, you know, you're trying to create a content or a nice something like a nice image for your own personal style or something. That's different. This is you trying to sell.
Your environment can actually
your collection
inspire how you look for a particular day. But for here now, it's just so much going on. The models, there's no connection. I'm sorry.
They have about 5 to 6
there's
models.
And why do you have about 5 to 6 models? Do you understand? One minute I'm seeing somebody with dreads, the next minute I'm seeing a lady the next minute I'm seeing a guy with just looks like he's just started modeling. And do you understand? I don't know. A lot would have been done better. A lot.
I like the fact that maybe they use models with short hair.
Yeah.
All the female models have.
I could tell.
Just that then there's one model with the dreads.
The dreads is distracting.
The hair looks distracting.
I'm telling you, it's distracting. If you're going to go for somebody like that, half of the time, just stick to using just that one person. As opposed to having dreads and having short hair, just stick to one.
Do you know, like even in the styling, like this, the clothes are not well steamed. That's another issue.
They forget their steamer.
Really mess. So maybe they forgot their steam.
In that case, I'm sorry, because for something like that, having your outfits this rumpled and it's very visible in the collection. If I was the stylist or the creative director on this set, I'll probably not shoot.
There's no excuse. Yes,
I'm not going to shoot. If you forget your steamer, I'll probably not shoot. If there's no way to get those rumpled stuff off the clothes, I'm not going to shoot because it doesn't make sense. You've put in so much work. I'm talking to the designer now. You've put in so much work from deciding the fabric, models, everything. Then you now on the day of the collection, for you to shoot the collection, it's just a case of ironing and steaming. Then don't shoot that day.
Okay. Have you been in a situation where the designer's pieces, you were steaming and steamed and steamed and steamed and it was still like, you know, when you go on the model,
I think I have, yes. I remember. And I specifically had a discussion with the photographer. Yeah. Half of the time, some of these things can work with some type of post-production. So you confirm from the photographer and say, oh, this is the issue. You carry everybody along. If something isn't going wrong, that's one thing I do every time I'm on set. If something isn't going like I want, I try as much as possible to carry everybody along. It's a win-win for me. It's a win-win. Some of the pieces definitely I won't see on myself, so I won't buy. But anything that I can relate with, like the plain thing that I was talking about, is totally me.
So they reached your market.
They reached, at the end of the day. So if you are totally into rompers and stuff, maybe they appeal to you as well. So overall, they should be able to make the best out of. It's not awful. It's not awful at all. It's overall it's a fantastic job. So I must commend everybody that actually worked on the project.
Because it's more like the importance of shooting a lookbook and how, what you're putting together. Because you spend money on these things as a designer. And you want money, lots of time. You spend it for marketing. This is your marketing, your plan and all. So you need your money to come back and you need sales. So it's about, it appeals to you, but we've just mentioned the things that we think when shooting a lookbook you should avoid, and the things that you should not do in terms of the location, styling, art direction and all of that. Bidemi, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be right back. We're still going to get tips and tricks from Bidemi on vintage styling. Yay! So, tips and tricks on vintage styling.
I feel like vintage is one of like the easiest trends to follow, but for a lot of people it seems very hard. As much as possible to keep it clean. The thing about vintage, you don't want to have too many things going on. At the end of the day, you look like a clown. You should make people understand that, oh, I'm bringing back a trend. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm living in that era. You can do vintage. The good thing about vintage, you can wear a vintage shirt and wear with a print pants, as opposed to plain pants, and look very stylish. Somebody would think that, oh, you've gone out of your way to look exceptional. So just it's just mixing print, but make sure that they are all around the same color tone. Most of the time, always play with neutral tones. Neutral tones always work. Final one with vintage. Vintage is timeless. I tell people that vintage is very, very, very timeless. It can work with any occasion. I could go to a wedding with vintage. I could go to church with vintage. I could attend a meeting with my vintage style. I could do basically everything. Very, very affordable. And I think that's one thing that drove me to it. Because if you're going to be in this field of, you don't want to repeat your stuff every time. And you want to have savings. You don't want to spend all your money on clothes. So vintage saves you money. You can get a very nice shirt. Like this shirt I'm wearing on my site goes for 3,500 naira. Yes.
And sometimes you do sales.
Sometimes we do sales as low as 2,500, 2,000 naira, 1,500.
Okay, so how much are your glasses?
These glasses are 3,000 naira.
Oh, nice.
Do you understand? So from time to time, we just bring you different things that when you have in your wardrobe would always come in handy for you over time.
Thank you so much for coming to hang with us again.
Sharon.
I hope you guys had fun on this episode. If you want to see more of this, if you want more people coming to hang out with us on the campaign breakdown, let us know and let us know who you want to be, or let me know who you want to be on the show. Thank you so much. Thanks for subscribing. Till next time. See you.